Did you know the word mortgage derives from the Old French language where mort means death and gage means pledge? That's a happy thought. Welcome to this week's belated Halloween edition of Death Pledge. Bum, bum, bum. Yesterday was our office dress up with the 1980s theme, but due to actual work, we didn't have enough time to actually publish this video. So here we are on All Saints Day. Most of us know the word of Halloween is derived from All Hallows Eve, is to celebrate the night before today's religious holiday of All Saints Day. But did you know that before Halloween, we had Samhain? It's true. And I don't know if it's pronounced Samhain or Samhain, but let's go with Samhain. Halloween dates back to about the 1550s in Scotland, whereas Samhain dates back to about 2,000 years ago, and it was a Celtic festival. So on November 1st, this was their New Year's Day. It was the end of summer and the harvest, and on November 1st, it marked the basically new year, which they associated the winter months with death. So for that reason, they thought at this new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the worlds of the dead would somehow get blurred. So on October 31st, they celebrated with all the dead ghosts that would come back. Here we are today, fast forward, and you are now looking at the hallmark holiday of Halloween. And by the way, side note, astounding fact, 51% of millennials call Halloween their favorite holiday. So moving on, we have a special guest on today's program. You guys remember the 1980s fitness guru Richard Simmons? Well, first of all, we found him. He's no longer missing because he was gone for a few years. But it turns out we were able to get his brother, Ricky Simmons, on today's show. So Mr. Ricky, tell us what you got about a sales tip for the day with Halloween. I go by Rick, not Ricky. I got a sales tip. Use a pillowcase. You get way more candy. And wait a minute. Millennials like Halloween better than Christmas where you get real presents? Stupid. Hey, I'm gonna get my boxed lunch. I was promised a hot sandwich. Thanks, Rick. Very insightful. Next up on our Halloween edition of Death Pledge, we have our own Summer G to provide us with her local market update. Summer, take it away. Creepy. Our next guest will share some information about a scary good program for jumbo home buyers. And if they don't have that 20%, maybe even that 10%, Justin's here to tell you about what we can do. So, Random 80s guy, tell us more.
Hey Mortgage Mark, generic 80s guy here, and happy Halloween from Justin Wood. Hope everyone has a fun and safe evening ahead, or like me, will be enjoying a scary movie. Speaking of scary, have you heard of the non-QM products available, man? It's crazy. Our investors are opening up their options as confident the market builds, so here is your spooky product to keep an eye on. This product allows 5% down on a jumbo max loan amount of $1.5 million. Whoa. Seems like a ghost story, right? If you weren't a believer before, you can be now. Some of the highlights for the program are 720 FICO, 40% max DTI, primary purchase only, 12 months reserves, and 12 months of clean rental payment history. Pretty scary, but we can do it totally. And that, my friends, is why it's time to believe in scary stories. Keep your flashlights close, and until next time.
Thanks, Random 80s guy. That is scary. No, seriously. We're about a decade removed from the mortgage meltdown, and here we are with wacky programs that people can buy a $1.5 million home with 5% down. That's great for home buyers. Have them call us, but still pretty scary. Summer, you about ready to do something here? Tell us about the local market. Good effort, Summer. Way to mail it in this week. Here's a good call to action, guys. Go to change.org and sign the petition, Join the Saturday Halloween Movement. I actually started a petition like this a few years back. Reason being, I didn't want to keep having to get my kids up being sleep deprived and have Halloween candy hangover the next day, and they honestly were a bunch of jerks. So it's funny, they go out as goblins and ghouls the night before for pretend, and they wake up as real life monsters. So sign the petition. Let's do us all a favor and go have Saturday night costume parties and really enjoy ourselves and sleep in the next day. So that wraps up our edition of this week's Death Pledge. We thank you as always for joining us. Have a great day.
Hey everybody, just wanted to wish you a happy
Halloween.
Witches.